Hello, welcome to week 18. And this week we're going to be talking about simple machines. So you could get a book from the library or some pictures of simple machines. What are they? Things like pulleys, pulley systems, wheels and axles, screws, inclined planes, ramps, all that stuff. Talk about how simple machines work in our lives, how they make things easier, and help us be able to do things we might not otherwise be able to do. Our first experiment includes just looking at a screw. Each child will have their own large screw to hold and to observe. So first of all, just have them look at it. Tell them, what do they see? What do you see on this? Is it flat? Is it bumpy? The little ridges that are on there, are they straight like a line, or are they curved? Are they at an angle? And then you're going to have them hold the top of the screw. The little ones may need help with this. Their other hand, just the two tips, fingers, and you're going to just turn it clockwise. And you'll see the screw just goes down, just as if you were screwing it into a piece of wood or wall. And you keep going down, and then you have them look and see, well, what made that go so easy down between our fingers? Our fingers didn't move, and the screw moved on its own with the turning on the top. So what made it do that? And then talk about, well, look closely at those ridges around it. Those are one continuous ramp, or what's called an inclined plane. If we were to unwrap this, it would be at an angle. It would be like a ramp. And we took that ramp and they wrapped it around the screw to make it easier to spin. Screws are super helpful tools that can be used in connecting and holding things together, as well as can be used in jacks and lifting. And so the screw is a very helpful and actually very strong tool for being as small as it is. So again, your goal here is to recognize that there's an inclined plane or ramp wrapped around this little screw, and that's what helps it to connect, to be strong, and to spin down into whatever it's connecting. Your fingers, wood, drywall, whatever. The second experiment also talks about ramps or inclined planes, and that is our ramp, number 185 in Van Cleves. Our materials for this are a square. I'm going to take a piece of paper, measure out a 5-inch square. This will be, you could rather do as a tutor demonstration, or the older kids can certainly measure and cut their own 5-inch square. So you'll have the paper to do it. You're going to cut a 5-inch square out of paper. You're then going to connect and draw a diagonal on one line here. Now I find it easier to, before you cut, you're going to color in this line darkly. You want to be able to see it. You want to make it thicker, maybe like, I don't know, 1/2 centimeter wide. You want it to be a nice dark line, so you'll be able to see it on the next part. So then it kind of looks like this, okay? Now we're going to cut along the edge. You want to keep the nice dark line that you just made, so it looks now like this. So you still have your dark line on the edge of your paper. The next thing you want to do is you're going to tape this kind of like a sail onto this pencil. Just a few pieces. You want to do the long side so that you can clearly see this is a ramp or inclined plane here, okay? Now the purpose of this experiment is to demonstrate or show how a winding road goes up a mountain. So this would be, first of all, you could be like, the pencil is like our mountain. This would be one road to go straight up. So would that be easier to go up? Or would it be better or easier to have a nice winding mountain road that would look more like this? With this is just like our screw. You have an inclined plane going up at a nice, slow, steady angle, which would make it easier on the vehicle than going straight up the side of the mountain. So again, talk about how ramps or inclined planes make our life easier. Lifting something, instead of lifting it from the ground straight up, walking or pushing it up a ramp. How does that make it easier? So this would be a winding road on a mountain, but if we were to unwind it, the same as the screw, if we were to unwind it, it actually looks like this. It looks like an inclined plane or a ramp. It's just curved around the device that it's on to make a circular inclined plane to make our life easier. Okay, bye.